Welcome.
Welcome.
Back.
Well.
Glad
Look
you made
who
it.
decided
again.
to
Try again. And good on you. You keep throwing that ball. You keep coming to our podcast and you keep seeing if it'll get better. I'm Vanessa.
I'm Linda Jean.
And we have tackled a few different things in this episode. Ghosts.
Phenomenons, some stuff that's happened to us.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully you enjoy this episode and we'll be back with more. And we can also elaborate on some of the things. If you're interested, we can do some research. I mean, we can do that, can't we? Yeah.
I just want to...
She just wants to talk.
Yeah, I don't want to research.
Enjoy.
I see your notes.
My notes are not intimidating.
I hope not.
I don't think. I had a few things that came up during the week that I noticed on...
Sorry.
What?
I feel like I'm in a work, like I've been called in by my boss. So there's just a few things that I've noted down during the week that I've noticed, and your performance is lacking.
You haven't met your KPIs. Frankly, we're really disappointed in your performance.
You know what? My KPIs were always very strong. This is actually triggering now. They were so strong.
This is a safe space.
They were so strong that I was bullied into giving them to other people. So putting sales under other people's names in the team so that it looked like all of us were working.
Team player.
Yeah, I did it. I did it for years.
Good girl. Tick
not
for
years,
you.
But months and months, probably a year. Yeah, and then I got burnt. And then when I had to go to the back and steam some dresses, my manager took all of the sales and put nothing under my name.
Wow.
And it looked like I did nothing that day. And that was like the really strong day because new stuff had come in. And I was like steaming dresses and sending them out. And then she put them all under her name. What a POS.
Yep.
Yeah.
Polycystic ovary syndrome. She was.
That's PCOS.
Sorry. She was just one poly bitch.
She was just bursting cysts all over the place.
She was just a big cyst on your ovaries.
Oh God, she created the cysts.
So,
Tell me about my performance during the week.
No, it's not about your performance at all.
Thank you, I know.
It's about us in general, not us personally.
Okay.
Us as a species.
I always think you're breaking up.
I wouldn't do it on air. It was about totally regressing to everything we've ever said. Totally going, what if it is a whole crock of shit? So looking at our own importance and our own arrogance and our own obsessiveness with questioning things and thinking, oh, we've got so much meaning, we're so important. What if we are just a biological anomaly that has grown in this atmosphere and there's nothing to it? What if that's the case? So I'm in this pendulum between looking at our own arrogance and thinking that we're special, right? And then between that and we are special and there is meaning and there's nothing that happens by coincidence. And then I pendulum back and say, how arrogant of us to think that we are special.
To be honest, I feel like you've always had this.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember a time when you said doing generous acts was selfish because it does more for us, which is a fact. The receiver does get more out of it, get more endorphins.
Yeah.
And it's just such a negative way of looking at things.
Yeah.
Because if everyone looked at it like that, oh, well, I don't want to be selfish, so I don't want to give.
No, so and I wouldn't stop.
Yeah.
It's not it wasn't saying that you shouldn't give and it wasn't saying you should be. It was a question on that effect. So it all comes back to our human condition. If we're biological beings, it comes back to that human condition of, is it just constant survival? Like why are we processing things in this way? The self-importance that we put on ourselves.
Yeah.
Like the importance, and we're important to ourselves, no doubt, right? Emotionally, to survive. But again, it comes back to that whole thing. A virus is trying to survive. So are we just a virus? Are we just this virus that's telling ourselves these things of how important we are so that we can keep surviving? You know? So there's this pendulum of, I think it's just an acknowledgement, and I don't think it's bad. I actually personally think it's quite evolved.
Yeah.
Because to think that you're important and to not consider that you're not important, I think is a mistake. To think that there's only one way, it's the same as to think there's only one way of being is a mistake.
There isn't one way of being. I feel like that's our discussions mainly.
Yeah. But the fact that our discussions so far have been mostly about this significance of our existence rather than...
Has it?
Yeah. Well, it's the significance of our existence. So we're saying we're souls and it's important. We go back in time, we travel, we do these things, but,
yeah, but
are we that important?
But I've questioned whether we're the same soul. I've questioned whether we're just...
What if you're not even a soul?
And that too. Like, I've questioned whether we are just vessels.
What if we're not even vessels?
Yeah.
What if you're just a human flesh?
Yes. And also questioned that none of this is real.
Yeah, but I'm saying so far in our discussions, we haven't explored the fact that we may be nothing.
We've said in last episode, we said none of this is real.
But that's still saying that we're so important. Not important, but we're significant because
we've
none of it's real.
We've centered ourselves.
We're the center of our universe.
Yeah.
Just like when they used to believe that the sun revolved around us rather than the earth revolves around the sun. And stepping back out of ourselves and saying it might not be anything. We might be ants that just get crushed under someone's feet and you know, all this means nothing. So I just was having I
ponder this.
A moment of that pendulum of thinking, you know, because so like it's been a discussion in my head about souls and travel and all that. And then I thought, well, what if take that all away? How arrogant to think that, you know, why would we always think that? Like we could be absolutely nothing. And that brings us down a little bit. But but I thought it was important to bring that to the forefront because again, whatever you believe, it's about what you believe. And also just to acknowledge sometimes how small we are, how insignificant we can be. But yet we're so important in our own lives. So I think maybe that's where it's getting at. Maybe it's coming full circle. Maybe it's...
Yeah. Have you seen those videos where it's, you know, it's focused on a person and then it comes out and it goes out of that country and then out of the world and out of the universe and it shows you just how small you are? Yeah. Yeah. It's that sort of thing. Yeah. Totally. Yep. Well, this week I've been thinking about everything that we talk about and how the CIA employs experts in those fields. Psychic abilities. Wait, am I going to get in trouble for saying this? No, I think it's out there. I think people know.
If you know, they know. Supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I get in trouble for trying to protect you. Fuck you.
Like, I don't even know why you keep doing disclaimers. It doesn't matter. Everyone says
I'm not
things.
actually doing a disclaimer. I'm making it clear of what my intention is.
You're saying we don't know what we're talking about.
No, I'm saying my intention is not to convince you or to change your mind. My intention is to have a discussion about different theories without saying that theory is correct. That's all. That was all I was saying in that discussion.
Yeah. Disclaimers.
Whatever.
What else do you have in your notebook?
So the other one was telekinesis. Have you had much to do with telekinesis yourself? Have you witnessed telekinesis?
Go on.
So telekinesis is the bending of the spoon and stuff like that. So in the Matrix, you know, it's like bend the spoon. That's called telekinesis. And it's tried to be debunked a lot, but there are apparently some people that can, with their mind, move physical matter. through mind over matter, and they like will bend. Like I'll bend this microphone like just with my mind.
No, I'm just thinking of, when you hold a pencil, you do that. It looks like it's bending.
Hang on, it is here.
You do that in primary school. Yeah.
Yeah. That's not
That's so
telekinesis.
cool. No.
That's if it was, I'm very special. And the other one was spontaneous combustion. Yeah. People just blowing up.
What?
Yeah. So this is another phenomenon, spontaneous combustion. So energy, basically we're energy, and there's a glitch or whatever, and they spontaneously combust, like when you plug shit into my house and
My computer.
and things set on fire. Yeah, I know. And
Are
so
we machines?
well,
I mean, we are. We go to sleep, get turned off.
or machines us. Have we made machines in our likeness?
Yeah, since you said that, if the real me comes in and says, you're my artificial,
Double.
yeah.
You're both going to argue with each
No, I
other.
remember how I was like, oh yeah, I'm done. It's fine. Yeah,
You take over.
take over. Yeah.
And the other one's going to go, no, I can't be bothered. You take over. And then,
But you know how I was like, yeah, that checks. Like, if so, I'm an idiot. If the real LJ comes in and says,
are you the real LJ?
No,
You'd
but
say
like-
that, wouldn't you? If you were, you'd say, yeah, I'm the real
Well,
one.
this is what you said. And then I was like, no, I'd actually just go, I'm tired, turn me off. Or something. No, but then I was by myself in my place and I thought, I would freak the F out.
If you saw yourself.
If another me walks in and goes, right, time's up. We're going to turn you off, or this is not your life. You've just been taking over for a bit. And I've got all the memories. And I'm like, no, this is actually me. And they're like, no, I just need to go on holiday.
Yeah.
While you continued with the podcast.
Yeah. Oh, I'm having a really good life.
You needed to continue with the podcast.
Yeah.
Would I argue it, or would I just go, that checks?
You would argue it.
Maybe.
You'd gaslight your other self. But your other self knows you'd do that. So you'd be fighting
can't
this.
win.
No. How would you resolve it?
I'm pretty tired, Van. I'd just be like,
But the other one's tired too.
I've got a few doctor's appointments. You go. I've got a few tests to run. You go do those.
Well, yeah, I guess. I'd like to explore your doctor story of when you did have your doctor's appointment. I don't know who attended that. It was probably another one of you. Which one of you attended that one? Because that one's embarrassing. You should get rid of her.
I'm not going to go back.
Not the doctor. The other version that went there.
Oh yeah, get rid of her.
Get rid of her.
Get rid.
Because she's embarrassing. You don't want her around.
No, she's lost. She doesn't know what's
She's
going
cray.
on. She's craving everyone's love.
Tell us the story.
Well, see, this is the issue. So I've got all my doctors retiring now. Do you have this issue?
I wouldn't have had this issue if your doctor had a clone.
Oh, I'm sorry.
We both wouldn't have had this issue.
Sorry, I referred you to my doctor and he's retired.
No.
No?
You didn't refer me to him.
Oh,
No,
I
I'm
didn't.
saying
But I told
wouldn't-
you that clinic was good.
Yes, but I'm saying that everybody wouldn't have this issue if we had a clone. So
They
your doctor
expire.
wouldn't.
They time out like us.
Yeah, but not all of them. One of them can keep working.
Well, past 100,
Yeah,
just keep working.
If it works, why not? Plug it in, recharge, see how it goes.
Anyway, I heard this doctor was good, and I went to see her, and I don't know. I kind of at one point got emotional. She was very stern. Then she just looked at me and she's like, "Are you okay?" And I went, "Yep." I just looked the other way. And I'm fine. I'm fine. And the other thing I wanted to talk to you about was... And then she was just looking at me like, okay, we've got 10 minutes for this. You're going to get through your list. I had a list. And I said, yeah, I'm going to... She's like, I'm very efficient. I'm like, so am I. I'm like, oh, I can tell why my sister recommended you or why she likes you, because my sister's really efficient. I had to ask something else and I thought, oh, I might get emotional asking about this. So I just I turned my chair around and I faced
Oh my God.
and I faced the door
You're embarrassing.
and I said, also, I would like to check.
Oh my God.
Well, I was teary. And I got back and she's like, are you okay? And I'm like, I'm fine. And then I'm like, well, I won't take any more of your time because I assumed she didn't like me. I assumed I was very annoying, and because the way she just kept looking at me like, are you okay?
I think she was worried that you were going to break down.
I don't know. Well, she
Stuff
didn't
up
seem...
her schedule.
Yeah, and she's like, we need to stick to my schedule. You have a long list there, because I'd written everything that I wanted to get through.
Did you get through it?
I did. She was very efficient.
Good.
So I said, I could tell why you're very efficient. I could see why my sister likes you. You're very similar to my sister. And then I left going, my sister also doesn't like me.
And that's
I
how you
closed
left
the
it.
door. I said,
left
thank
it.
you. I appreciate it very much. And then I left and then I felt like vomiting. I left and I was like, I'm going to go home and I'm going to write her a letter. I'm going to email her.
Mm-mm.
And then you stopped me. But I'm thinking cards and
you
chocolate.
wanted to buy her a present.
Yeah,
too.
cards and chocolate.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think next time I go in with cards and
No,
chocolate.
You don't. No, she doesn't. That's fine. She's doing her job.
So when I was younger, Mum would always bring chocolate and gifts for the ladies at reception, the doctors. She'd always gift them.
Yeah.
And once I went without her and I had to go to the Italian grocery store and buy chocolates and
Why do you think that is?
Well, my psychologist said it's because I think that I'm not enough.
Oh, and chocolates will make it better.
Like I'm trying to, I don't know. That's what she thinks.
Okay.
Why do you think? Why do you ask me that?
Well, because I don't know. That's like for me. I'm like, why do you have to buy gifts?
It's just like a nice thing, like to say thank you.
Yeah, but you were apologizing with your gift.
Yeah,
you weren't saying thank you.
Well, I was like,
you were
thank
saying, I'm sorry for being the way I am.
Yeah, I hope this makes up for
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, have a chocolate and forget about it and move on.
Yeah.
I'm still a good person.
Maybe get her some alcohol.
Yeah. See?
Yeah, forget about it.
Yeah.
Anyway. Do you think like something nice for her?
No. I think something nice for you. I think you should honour that appointment and take away all the things that you were given from that appointment.
I'm never going back.
Oh, you're not going back.
I'm never going back.
So how are you going to give her chocolates?
Well, I was thinking of emailing her, but then
my
I was
God.
thinking of just getting her a nice card. But you know, when I stayed in like the last hotel that I stayed in, I gave the concierge group, I gave front desk, gave management, and I gave housekeeping card and chocolates. I said thank you to everyone.
That's great.
Yeah, it was nice.
Yeah.
It was a nice experience.
That's okay.
Yeah.
So you weren't apologising for yourself?
No, I was saying thank you so much.
That's different. That if it's coming from a place of gratitude, I think it's different. But I think with the doctor, it's coming as an apology.
Yeah, because I was embarrassing. Because I was like breaking down and she was just not into it. And she was just like, are you okay?
You know what? This woman looks up people's asses and does a lot worse than staring at you crying into a corner. I don't envy their job. That is not a pretty job.
They get paid like $90 for 10 minutes.
Yeah. And I would prefer to see you cry than look at someone's rotting flesh.
Anyway, I don't have to go back. The other one does.
Oh,
the other me.
You're ditching that.
The other me can go back.
There's nothing.
Nonsense.
This episode, there's nothing.
Nonsense.
Nothing. Episode 4 is shit.
It's 5.
Episode 5 is shit. Finally. It's an odd number.
5 is a beautiful number.
It's your date of birth.
Yeah. Fuck off with your hatred of 5.
I didn't hate 5.
But you were just very negative, uneven.
Oh my God.
It's a beautiful round number.
How round?
I don't know. It's just beautiful.
Okay.
It's just a beautiful 5. Beautiful number. I'm going to go into numerology later on.
You can go into it now if you like.
We got a comment from one of our friends about how I said I used to hate the number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Why did she find it funny?
She said, no, she found it funny that you said, I no longer fear it. That's what she said was funny. And she said, that's classic Linda. I no longer fear the number 9. She didn't say anything about you not liking the number. She said the fact that you said, I no longer fear it.
No, when the 9th year would approach with anything, I would fear it. Yeah, I'd fear.
She thought that was funny.
Oh, okay. Well, people react to numbers. Numbers are real. In feng shui, numerology, astrology, all of the
sciences.
I bet you the CIA is onto numerology. I bet you the government's onto numerology.
God, you're such a conspiracy theorist. They're sitting making fucking calculations on how to catch criminals through numbers.
You know what? I will not go into it.
You won't.
No, I will not go into it, but there is something that they do, that they train people to do, and it's got to do with numbers. Okay. I'm not going to get into it.
Okay.
You want to know what it is? Don't make me go into it.
Okay.
Don't make me sing.
Okay.
Don't make me sing.
How do I know you're not in the CIA?
How do I know?
How do you know I'm not?
How do I know?
How do you know I'm not?
Yeah.
You don't.
How do I know that you're not, I'm not? We could all be part of an experiment.
An experiment?
Well, yeah.
What could they possibly want with us?
Like what we're doing now, this ridiculous setup.
Oh, God.
Everything that we talk about, either the government, the military, CIA, whatever, I think they're onto it.
Why are you onto the CIA?
Oh, just because that's come up lately.
Okay. Yeah.
Want me to get off?
No, that's fine. They're already here. They already listened to our show.
Please.
They should.
Please
like and subscribe.
Yeah. Please fund our podcast.
We're onto it. Fund it.
When I was looking for a new place, I was sitting at a hairdresser's and I said, oh, there's this really cute house that we like that we've seen a couple of times. It's on a corner and it had like a white picket fence. It was such an adorable house. And she said, what number is it? And I said, 40. And her sister, who's a clairvoyant, walked behind me and she went, oh no, don't buy it. I went, what? And she said, no, 4's a bad number. And I said, 4's a bad number? And she said, in-house as it is, unless like you're very structured, not. Unless you're like a accountant, unless you like kind of structure and you're rigid, that number's not going to work. And it's not a good financial house number.
Right.
And I mean, you know that, do you know about 8? People love the number 8 with houses.
No.
You didn't know that?
Number 8. Maybe you've told me this before.
Oh my God.
I got to say, straight up from this, numerology to me does not rank high in terms of intuitive. And I might be wrong, but I'm just saying, to me,
yeah,
I don't rate it in terms of superstition. Yeah. Like,
you're not interested.
Yeah. No, not I'm interested in hearing what you have to say, but it hasn't ever made me do anything different.
Sure.
Like it hasn't been influential.
No, not at all. Because when we were doing numerology with business names, and I called one of my friends who's really into it and she got me into it. And I called her and I said, which one, this one or this one? And she looked it up and she was like, neither. And we're like, no, that's not the question. But at the end of the day, we said we didn't care. And at the end of the day, she said, it doesn't
influence me.
It doesn't matter. If you don't care, then it doesn't matter.
Okay. So tell me what the lady said.
So she had said 4 was not good. And then I just started looking into it. And the thing is that, my partner's like you, Michaela's like you. And Michaela was saying, I don't really care about that. That's just stupid. But then once I put it in their head, they were like, oh, shit, now I don't want it, And we'd look at other houses and I'm like, 22 becomes a 4. don't want it. And Michaela would be like, don't stop doing that. And I'm like, well, you don't care. And Michaela was like, well, now I do. Now you've put it in my head that we're not going to be able to pay off the house. Anyway, it's just funny because when I delved into it and I was looking at all these numbers, it kind of made sense to me in terms of where I grew up and the house that my mum lives in at the moment. And whichever way you look at it, the numbers add up to 7. And 7 is known as a very spiritual number. And 7 is known as tranquility, a place of sanctuary. So it's often associated with monasteries. It's a very spiritual and peaceful number, and that made a lot of sense as to where my mum lives and the type of person that she is. It's also a very charitable number, so it's good with charity organisations. It's very interesting that whichever way you looked at where we lived or where my mum moved, the single digit always added up to a 7. And she's a very charitable, spiritual, intuitive person. That if
is
you
it only for houses?
Yeah. House numerology is different to, say, business numerology, business name numerology. It's different. 7 is not particularly good for, they say, partnerships. It's a number of solitude, which is why it's associated with monasteries and sanctuaries and places of peacefulness. So if you're looking for a peaceful place and if you like solitude, 7 is going to be good. If you're a creative person that likes to write. And I thought about it and I thought all of my writing, all of those spiritual experiences, all those like psychic abilities, because it says that if you are akin to kind of having that sort of intuition, that if you then move into a number 7, those psychic abilities will grow.
But not in a number 4.
Not in a number 4, no. But if you're an accountant, number 4 is great. You'll thrive. Yeah, she said if you live in a number 4 that's like a square, it's even worse because there's no flow. And I didn't want that because it's not good for artists. So you won't flourish in a house that has a number 4. Anyway, 7 has a lot of spiritual significance. And I grew up in a house that had, how do I say this? A lot of, let's just say, a lot of cosmic
Ghosts?
forces and ghosts.
Fucking hell. All right. Spiritual energy.
Divine and cosmic forces.
All right.
Yeah. And a lot of people felt that way. Like a lot of people that came into that environment would always say, oh, it's very peaceful here. They would always talk about the tranquility and the peace and the love and the calmness. So they'd always mention that walking into and they would go, oh, you could feel the love, you can feel. So people did feel that. But people also, house guests that would stay from overseas, we had an instance where, she had an experience and she said, I'm out of here.
Wow.
Can't be here. And we're like, they're friendly. Or I've had people go,
That's what I say about the cats.
Yeah, so people will go, and I've had like a friend say, just out of curiosity, I'm just going to say this. I'm just have you ever experienced, and he kind of had difficulty saying it. And I said, oh, ghosts. And he said, yeah. And I said, yeah. He goes, oh, I'm not afraid. I think I just saw something. And I said, they're fine. They're usually here to help you. Yeah.
Back to your numerology.
Yes.
So this is an interesting thing that I've just come up with. And I lived in a house with a 4 in front of it.
Did you have financial difficulties?
No.
Oh.
But my partner at the time was an accountant.
Oh, fucking fantastic.
But my creativity.
Did it got stifled? Oh, I'm sorry. Fuck, I'm sorry.
Always hit me.
I know, I'm so sorry. Why did I do that?
It's on camera. She abuses
I know,
me.
and that's the thing. And I'm so sorry. But I just got so excited.
I know, it's okay.
Because I told you that when I delved into this and I started looking at numbers and asking people that I knew, what number do you live in? I looked at and I was like, there is something to this.
And my other apartment was 7.
Oh. Oh, wow.
So I went from, but I wasn't creative there either.
Well, it's more about writing, because there is another number, I can't remember now, which is good for artists. For 7 is good for writing, for like going into yourself, being spiritual and self-reflective.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tell me more about your ghosts.
Do you want to know more about my
Yeah.
ghosts? Have you ever experienced ghosts?
Not that well, hard to say.
Oh.
Hard to say.
Why?
Because, like you've said before, I've
Right.
I've always felt like I've had a rational explanation for everything.
So what can I just humor me? What was your experience, and tell me how you rationalized it.
Okay. So I'd just cut my hair and I was asleep.
Okay. So cutting your hair is also very significant, but go on.
Is it?
It is.
For ghosts?
No, but you're shedding something. So you know when people break up, the first thing they do is like get a haircut.
Yeah. Is that what they do? I got married and I cut my hair.
New life.
Okay.
It's just like shedding the old. It's very...
I wanted to do something drastic.
You want to move into a new phase. That's when
Maybe
you
I
move
should
in.
cut my hair now.
I want to cut my hair as well.
Let's just cut it. Do you want to have the same haircut?
No!
How cute would our podcast be?
With the same glasses. You know your glasses would look so
Yeah,
good
they
right
would.
now with this
Sorry.
outfit.
Yeah.
Take them off.
Nope.
Lisa would give them to me.
Yeah, Lisa. Well, Lisa's not here.
No.
You wait till Lisa comes here. Anyway, I'd cut my hair. I was sleeping and I woke up to someone brushing like where I'd cut, and I knew the significance was, oh, you've cut your hair on my neck. And I was like, and I had like, I woke up with like chills.
Absolute
And
chills.
it was interesting too, because I was talking to my cousin about it, and I think it was my aunt. And because the first person I thought of when that happened was her, like she was in my head, either I was dreaming about her or she was doing it, and I was like physically felt it, and it was that feeling, and I was like, oh, like, and it was just like, oh, you've cut your hair. And she used to do hairdressing as well. So, and I talked to my cousin about this, and she goes, oh yeah, my mum was a hairdresser. And I said, yeah, I know. And it was just, and I don't know if that was a thing or if it was just that I was cold on my neck, but why did my thoughts go to her?
Exactly.
Yeah. Why would that be to me? Why was that her?
And this is the thing.
And this is what, yeah.
And this is the thing that I discussed, I don't know, a few eps ago or whatever. When they visit you, it takes so much energy on their side for us to feel it or see it, or for it's so not disrespectful, but it's a shame that we kind of go, oh, that's nothing, when they've tried so hard to contact us.
Yes, and I like I said to you when you asked me that, I'm in two minds about.
It is always the first person that you think. Can I say, like, completely different topic, but when something happens and detectives come and they kind of take down your statement and you go,
How many times has this happened to you, Linda?
Lots of times. Lots of times because I worked in retail.
Oh, okay, yep.
Yeah. So, you know, sometimes we'd come in and things were stolen. We'd notice things were stolen, or someone had broken in the middle of the night, or, you know, and because I grew up in a restaurant, of course, you know. Anyway, so yes, I have had this experience a lot. They'll always ask, who's the person that came into your mind just now? They'll ask a question and say, who do you think it is? And you kind of go, I don't, could be. And they said, and they'll notice that switch in your eyes. They'll, like, they've seen it a million times, and they'll go, who was that first person that you thought of? It's usually them. So it's usually someone that you go,
It can't be.
and then you go, can't be. And then you go, oh, maybe it was the man down the street looked really suspicious or whatever. But it's always the first person that you think. So I don't think you should disregard it.
No, I haven't disregarded it. I remember it.
Yeah,
but I'm just
you
saying
said that you then rationalize it.
Yeah, I rationalize it was it just because I cut my hair and it was cold on my neck? Like what?
But why did you think about her, and why did you feel like it was like some sort of
It was
caress?
definitely like a, behind my ear. I can't do it with my headphones. Behind my ear, and I was like, whoa.
So why would you disregard it so quickly?
I haven't disregarded it, but I at the same time, no, I haven't disregarded it. I remember it, and I even told my cousin about it recently, and I remember it, and it's quite vivid, and it's still a memory, and it's still the first thing I thought of when you asked me that question. But I'm not completely oblivious to anything else that it could be.
Sure.
I'm not like, no, it was definitely that. Like, I'm like, okay, yep, I think it was that, but I can't be sure.
Yeah, sure. I was like that as well as a kid when I experienced things. And I would say it's just my imagination, or I was half asleep.
And that's the other thing. When things happen, you're always half asleep. So it's like,
but is that when you're, I know, I almost felt like, but is that when you're closer to being open to not being of this physical world? And that is why you're kind
that's when I went to the gay nightclub.
Yeah, that in between. Going back to dreams. We can talk about dreams now.
What did you dream of?
Interesting. When I was young, I was really scared. I had a lot of things happening because I lived in a number 7. It's so funny how I'm now like, because I lived in a number 7. And I was recounting all these stories to this woman who, she's very spiritual. And she had this really soft, beautiful voice. And she was like, they're not there to hurt you. Because, Hollywood kind of makes out that ghosts are kind of evil. Like it's always in like horror stories and stuff. So I was freaked out. And I think I watched horror stories way too young because I have older siblings.
I had older cousins.
So I watched like Poltergeist. Should not have watched it. I think I was the age of the blonde.
Kid.
I should not be, or probably younger. I should not have been watching that. And I should not have been watching Amityville. I remember watching that in Italy. The Amityville Horror House, something like that. Is that what it's called?
I remember watching cult stuff.
We should not have been watching that. Like even to this age, it's like very like, what do you call it? Shaky Waters? No, what do you call it? It's not Shaky Waters. What's that water thing?
I don't think it's water, but I can't think of it. Shaky water. This is the name of the episode, Shaky Water. I thought we would laugh this much again. I definitely didn't think we would laugh today. Shaky Water. All right. You're on Shaky Waters, Linda. Just going to sketch you now.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
Yes. Anyway, you should be careful about what you watch, what you put into your mind. You should always be careful about that. You should always be careful about what podcasts you're listening to. Anyway.
Yeah.
So anyway, she told me not to be afraid of them because I was freaked out. And she said they're only there to help you because they know that you're on your own.
Great.
No, because like my parents worked and my siblings were older. They're not hanging out with me. And, they were throwing me into bins and leaving me in laneways.
Abusive. I've never had siblings, so it's not. I wouldn't know what it's like.
So anyway, she told me not to be afraid and that they were there to help me. And if I wanted to get rid of them, I would just say, I know you're here to help me, but I don't want to see you. I'm afraid. Ever since I did that, and I giving away my secrets, but I'll still do that. If I like feel something, I'm like, I know you're here to help me. I don't like it. Please go away. Or maybe now I'm more intrigued. Now that I'm a bit older, and maybe because I've like delved into it a little bit more, I'm kind of like, oh, who's that? Like I'll smell something. I'll get a scent of roses and go, oh, who are you? Or chills. Like if I, when you get that chill that's not coming from a draft, I'll go, oh, hello. Like, who are you? But I've had so many experiences with this, and so has my family. And like I said, we've had people stay over who have left, who have said, this is just there's just too much going on here and I can't stay in that room. And that was the room that Kurt Cobain was in.
Now we need to circle back to Kurt.
It is probably not Kurt. Look, I don't know.
You reckon? You think? You reckon it's not? I will say it's pretty much 90% Kurt and 10% someone else. So tell us a story of Kurt Cobain. Finally, people have waited. They've been following us all this time, just fast forwarding till you say something about Kurt Cobain.
Okay. So when I was younger, teenager, high schooler, I used to do a lot of artwork. It was actually a graphics project and I didn't like graphics, and I had complained about it to my art teacher and said I shouldn't have done this graphic course. I don't like it. I shouldn't have picked graphics as my elective. I thought it'd be more like art. And she said, well, it can be. You're an artist. Miss Reeves, we love you.
She's not listening to this.
Miss Reeves, if you are, we love you.
She is not.
Oh, Miss Reeves. She was like,
but I have seen our Instagram page. There are others.
Big, Miss Reeves, if you are out there, big, tall Barbie.
She's not.
Remember, she used to wear those pink suits. Oh, she's like a beautiful American Barbie. Mm-hmm. She was such a beautiful presence. Just beautiful, big presence. She was so kind, and she would just let me be an artist. She would let me sit on the windowsill if I wanted to, because I'd say, I don't like
I'd
being
let you
confined.
sit on the windowsill.
Yeah, I don't like being confined to these chairs and desks, miss. I can't be artistic. And she said, sit wherever you like. And I was like, I need to sit I need the sun on my back, and so I had to sit on the windowsill.
And demanding little shit. Anyway,
so she said, just bring your art into your graphic pieces. I would often use icons that I loved, like Kurt Cobain, Kate Moss,
all the 90s.
Yeah. And people. I would put them in my artwork, and I used his face, and I was listening to his music, Nirvana's album. The album had ended. All of a sudden, there was like this whoosh, and that artwork fell, and then there was a whoosh, and then this secret track started that I'd never heard. And I listened to that album, I can't tell you how many times. And that secret track came on, and then I was like, oh my gosh. Kurt, is that you? Yeah, freaked me out. I felt the presence. God, please tell me there is a secret track on that album. I wouldn't know now.
Which one is it?
In
What's
Utero.
the cover? Okay.
So that was that. And that was the same room that our guest was staying in. And she was like, I can't stay.
And Kurt was staying at the same time. Kurt Cobain stayed at my place.
If anyone's listening to this and going, this is absolute utter nonsense. So my brother's I'd say he's very pragmatic. I'd say he's very rational.
Was that same room that you're going to talk about?
No, this was the other room. One night I think he was doing VCE or whatever it was at that time, whatever it was called.
HSC,
I think it was called at the time. Mum would finish work really late from the restaurant, come up and we'd watch movies, and we could hear the rolling of the office chair in my brother's room, like his desk chair.
And you had floorboards?
We had floorboards. So it was like a... And Mum goes, oh, he's studying so hard. What a good boy. Come bravo. And then all of a sudden, we hear his door bang open. Boom. And he's running down the corridor. Bang, 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 bang. Opens our door, jumps on the bed and says, there's something in my room. I was like, oh, we thought it was you. And he goes, no, I was in bed. My chair just started going from one place to the other. And Mum goes, oh, how beautiful. That's your dad. That's your dad coming to protect you. And I mean, I was young, so I just went, checks. And my brother was like, I don't care what it is. I'm staying here. So we all slept. Probably my mum's best night. We were all in her bed.
That's scary.
It is. By then, I think I'd been already told by that woman, they're there to help you. So when Mum said, oh, it's your father, I just went, probably is.
Yep.
Yeah. But I did see a lot of things that freaked me out, that made me
Tell
really
me what
upset.
you saw. I haven't actually have I heard these stories? Oh, wow. We're all guarded now, are we?
There is one that...
Tell me one I haven't heard.
One night, I was in Mum's bed because Mum had Mum, as I said, Mum finished work late. She had a TV in her room. So I'd like to go to sleep with the TV on. I was watching something in her bed on TV, and she came in her PJs, peered through, looked at me, then looked at the TV and turned the TV down because it was quite loud.
Mm-hmm.
Or turned it off because it was like bedtime. I was a kid. It's like, go to bed.
Yeah.
And she was in her checked PJs. And then I had to go to the bathroom. So I got up, went to the bathroom, and Mum was in there in her work clothes. And I said to Mum, why'd you get back into your work clothes? And she said, what do you mean? I've just come up. And I said, no, you were in your pajamas before. So didn't you just come into the room? You were wearing your pink checked pajamas. And she said, Linda, what are you talking about? I've just come upstairs. I've just finished work. And I went back to bed, looked under the pillow, and there was the checked pajamas under my pillow. Freaked out.
Juicy. Okay. Do you want a rational explanation? You
think I was like half asleep and I dreamt
that's the
it?
rational explanation.
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't think
now,
I
what
was.
do you think happened? Did that frighten you?
Yeah, it did. It still to this day would frighten me. I mean, still to this day, if I get a chill, I'm like, even though I said, I'm like, oh, who's there? But my first reaction is, because we don't know what it is.
No, we don't. Anything else?
No.
That's it.
What do you mean? There's lots of stories.
Yeah.
You want to hear every single one of them.
I wanted to hear one I haven't heard.
There's a hand one.
Where was it?
It was in the mirror on top of the fireplace.
Oh, that's scary.
It was scary.
I haven't heard that one.
So that was the one that I said to the lady, I am freaked out. There is something behind the fireplace. There is a hand coming up.
Ooh.
And we live in we lived in an old Victorian house.
Didn't it used to be an old? There's pictures of it. There used to be an old.
That's the other part.
Horses. Where they used to keep the horses.
No, that's the other part. It was an old King and Godfrey.
Okay.
Grocery store. Anyway, that and like feeling something when I couldn't walk and I was bedridden, I would feel. And it's different to lucid dreams and hallucinations. That's different because I've had that as well. And it's completely different to that. And I guess it's going back to, we always say reticular activating system, that there are so many things that we're protecting ourselves from seeing because they are not specific to our survival. So we will only see what is relevant to our survival. So we don't see all the things that are actually there. Apparently we don't see all the colours that are out there. It's your reticular activating system. You
have never seen it, so it's hard to understand.
Exactly.
And maybe we have aliens surrounding us and we can't see them. They're here. Could they be aliens? And that always disappoints me. Can I say in a movie? Yeah. Aliens disappoint me.
Always.
Don't put it down to aliens.
It's always like
make it supernatural.
I know. It's always like, and it was an alien.
Yeah,
and then it just ends.
Ruins the movie.
It does ruin the movie, and I don't know why. But I've got a theory. Have I ever told you this? My theory on what I think aliens are? Aliens, I think, are us coming back from the future. Because if you look at the evolution of man, if you believe in the evolution, we started out with a lot more hair on our bodies. And aliens are usually shown like with no body hair. So that's the first thing. No, you're laughing at me. Fuck off.
I like it. I'm laughing because it's cute.
Well, that's the first thing I thought.
Yeah.
When I saw aliens, I went, oh, they're us from the future. Yeah. That's what's happened.
Yeah.
And
hang on. You just said when I see aliens. No one's ever fucking seen an alien or that we know what aliens have said to look like. You're assuming that the interpretation of an alien looks like all the sightings that people have said they've seen.
Exactly. Okay. The interpretation that has been out there by those who claim that they have seen
they're
aliens. Hairless, long,
slender,
tall,
slender.
Not
me. See, clearly I'm not an alien.
I just think the way that evolution is going. And if you see, you see that the generation after the next is always a little bit taller. That's another thing that I thought, oh, okay, well, we get taller. We get slender. Everyone ends up being on Ozempic. Their bones become dense.
They're very skinny.
Everyone's bone density. We all become bluish green.
White. We're all white light.
I don't know. Made sense in my head.
Yes.
Makes sense.
The hairless humans from the future.
Yeah.
No, I agree.
You do?
Yeah, I agree with that. I agree that there's somehow us evolved.
I love that you agree with me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It's okay. Or they're another
okay.
version of us.
Yes.
And when you talk about different dimensions, again, the seizure, I'm glad it didn't end up in me being hit. They're us in another dimension.
Yes. Because telepathy.
They have that.
They have telepathy, but apparently so. Now, look, I do not want to harp on about the CIA. Do not want to keep talking about them, but they have tests on telepathy.
They do.
They've done. Thanking you for saying that.
They do, and that was also in the program. So you're not breaking any secret trust with the CIA.
Lots of kids have. Remember when we went to Thailand? Mm-hmm. And our friend's niece could see.
That's another time. Well, I didn't see it, but that was another time.
That was freaky. Like,
yeah. Yeah. So when we went to Thailand, it was years after the tsunami, but there was still a little bit of an aura.
And there were remnants of it. So there was there was the hotel had been restructured, but there was like an empty part of the hotel that wasn't finished yet. So there was still reminders of
the tsunami. And I remember taking my friend's niece and I was holding her. She was little and we were like maybe ankle or knee deep in water and I was carrying her, and then all of a sudden she looks out to the ocean and goes, oh, who are those people? I'm like, okay, all right, we're going inside. Someone take this child.
And there were no people.
There was no people in the ocean.
She saw people in the oceans.
Out. She's like, oh, look at those people. I'm like, no, there's no people. Oh, okay, we're going. Yeah. That freaked me right out.
Yeah.
But I didn't see anything. But yeah, but
that's like my niece when she was younger. The first time she saw a picture of my dad, our dad, she said, oh, that's the man who plays with me in the park. And we're like, what? And she said, he comes and visits me in the park. We're like, which man? Point him out. And she was like, there, that man. I was like, oh, that's your grandfather. And it was kind of like, we hope that the bearded man is my dad and not just any old man coming to play with her in the park.
Yeah. A friend of ours has that same thing with her daughter that picked out her grandmother's father.
Yeah.
And said, that's him, or that's the guy. Yeah, you'll play with him.
So the friend of mine who said, is there any and I was like, oh, ghost, yep. I spoke to his mum and I said, oh, I don't know if I freaked him out because he got sick that night.
Oh.
And he kind of like fainted. And I spoke to his mum and I said, I think he's freaked out by what he saw. And she said, oh no, he's been seeing ghosts since he was a kid. I was like, really? And she said, oh yeah. She said he would play with this boy in the wall. So his imaginary friend was his boy in the wall. And then he said, oh, there's the boy in the wall. And he pointed to this child, grandfather's brother or something that had passed when they were 5 or something, And he said, yeah, that's the boy in the wall. And he'd never seen those pictures.
There's a program on the ABC.
Shaky Waters?
No. No. That's the name of our episode.
Sorry.
So there's a program on the ABC that I love, which is a BBC program. It's a UK program, and one of my favourites, QI. And the presenter Sandy was saying that when they were filming something in a castle, I don't know where it was. It was probably somewhere in the UK, and she brought her young son with her when they were doing the filming. And when she said, oh, where have you been? And he goes, oh, I was downstairs playing with the girl with the broken leg. And the director's face just went white and said, there's a ghost story about this castle and a girl with a broken leg. This kid cannot know that there's a girl with a broken leg. Like, yeah, and she said she freaked out. Yeah.
Yeah, see?
Yeah. And this happens, you hear it all the time with kids.
With kids especially.
Yeah, and then we sort of grow out of it.
Because it's not important to our survival. It's not in our reticular activating system.
No, probably not.
We've filtered it out. Doesn't matter. We don't need it to survive.
And nothing else matters. This is going to sound weird.
Just this bit.
In context. It's a bit out there, Linda.
Is it?
It's,
Is it?
I mean, it's a little beyond ghosts. No, it's not at all.
Interested.
Again, this is
The
one of those
CIA
things.
is listening and they're interested too.
Oh, they're not interested in this. This is boring for them. So
they believe in numerology.
Yeah.
Just saying.
So it was interesting because when I was younger, and this is the thing, you could argue this is different. This is ideas that are put in your head. But I remember, so Mum's always told me that she miscarried quite late before me. And I've always had this feeling of, and she always used to say I'd have a brother, like he'd be my brother. And she gave him a name and everything. So I always had this feeling that I had this sibling that was not of this world. So I've always had this feeling of this sibling that is there but isn't. And even in other times when people have said to me, like when I've not readings and stuff, but when I've had like Reiki and stuff, they've said there's a boy, like there is a boy. And I'm like, yeah, but he wasn't born. Like he wasn't even like, is it still a soul? Like he didn't come into this world, but who's this boy? Anyway, so I always have this feeling, and I had it growing up a lot more. And now as I'm getting older, it fades away, but then it comes back sometimes. I have this feeling of this sibling that's there, like that I've got. Wow. And I've had it on and off, like and it's really interesting. I'm going to say this is going to sound so fucking weird and we can cut it out, right? There was a guy at yoga that we saw and I see him a lot and he smiles and I smile back and he just beautiful, beautiful energy, like this, just a lovely soul. We were in the class and we were just putting our shoes on and I was waiting for either you or Lynn or whatever. And he came past and I said, do I know you from somewhere? And he said, oh, no, maybe I've got one of those faces. And I said, oh, where are you from? He said, I'm from the Netherlands. So we started like talking up, introduced ourselves. And I said to him, and I'd never say this to a stranger, you've got a beautiful energy. And he said, oh, thank you. And I thought, I wanted to say that. I was like, you know what? And one of those things about, I'm not going to hold back compliments anymore because who's going to go, oh my God, she complimented me on my energy. That's awful. But one of the thoughts I had, I was like, I know you. And it was,
yeah.
it gave me that feel like it was.
You've taken 2 hours to get to this.
No,
are you kidding?
Listen to me. So it wasn't like it was this. I'm not saying it's him.
Yes,
I'm not
it is.
saying it's not. It's not because that's fucking weird. Because he would be that age.
Yes.
What? So he's my sibling
Van.
from the Netherlands. But you know what I mean?
Yes, because you said, I feel like I know you.
He kept smiling. And every time I saw him,
and he did have a beautiful aura. Was he even there?
He was beautiful. He might not even have been there. Me, you, and Lynn were the only people that saw him.
He was beautiful.
Yes,
but then.
So anyway, this could just be a reason. This I might be
souls, but you hear that souls choose, right? They choose where they need to go. You hear stories where babies or kids, said, I chose you and I wanted to come to you, but it wasn't the right time. So I came to you again. I came to you a few years later again. And the mum has gone, what do you mean? And have completely freaked out because they had a miscarriage and then a couple of years later they've had a child and they've gone, it wasn't the right time. I've come back later. So, and you hear this thing, especially with younger children, they'll say, I chose you to be my mummy. And you hear this thing about kids choosing their parents because they're here to teach them a lesson. There's a lesson in it. There's a lesson in everything. I don't want to go on about how important we are.
Yep.
We said that at the start. But what if that soul was not supposed to be there but went to another
maybe
body? It was meant to, help someone else.
Yeah. No, but I'm not saying that's why I'm not saying it's him, because I've like sometimes
fucking movie.
But sometimes I've always felt, is that what this person is? Is that what this connection is? Is that so? I've been in a way subconsciously looking for it. So when I did that day, I wasn't thinking about that. I was just honestly, I was completely open when I said what I said to him and was like, you're a beautiful soul and I know you from somewhere.
He was a beautiful soul. I agreed. I was about to say it and then you said it.
Yeah. So I was like, and I would never say that to anyone.
I know.
I was like,
so
not
what
me.
is this?
Anyway.
Is Vanessa turning into me?
Yeah.
I was like, I say this to people.
Yeah, I know.
Like that young boy in our art class. And
know.
I'm like, you can really see your soul coming through your work.
Your art.
Yeah.
And he never came back. No, he didn't. But so I wasn't thinking that at the time, but now when we're talking about this, I was thinking, oh my God, is this
the first time you've thought about it?
Yeah.
This is incredible, Vanessa. It's incredible.
Yeah, I don't know.
I love this theory.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I wanted to look him up because I wanted to see what does he do? What's he about? What is your brother doing these days?
So what have you been up to? Next time I see you. Hey, so I had this thought, right? So
Mum's recovering from surgery.
Mum wants to see you. You went into another family in the Netherlands. Listen, we should catch up. We should catch up for sure. This is Linda. This is a good friend of mine. And this is my wife, Lynn. She's your sister-in-law.
You have family in America too.
You're half Sicilian. You have ties to the mafia. Listen. There's a lot to catch up on. We should definitely do lunch. No, this isn't awkward. What are you doing? Where are you going? Come back. Come back. You're my brother.
I love your aura.
Our souls are connected. Come back.
Oh my gosh, too funny.
Yeah. No, sweet man. Sorry. Please, if you're watching, please don't be scared.
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna.
Let's go find
harass
him.
you. No, let's not.
Is yoga on?
No.
I think we should wrap up.
Yep.
I would love to talk about yoga.
Okay.
Next time.
Yeah.
And I'd love to talk about the theories behind it. And some people think you shouldn't do it. Some people think it's evil. Some people say be careful.
I've just got to say that I used to do yoga a while ago and I've gotten back into it lately. And I am so no, I can't use any other. I'm so in love with that feeling and I am just really just in tune and I just love it at the moment. I just love everything about it. And every time I think of other theories and stuff, I'm like, no, but yoga, I love yoga. Like, I think this is like, I'm really touched by that. Like, I'm connected to it right now. So I'm like, oh, but then if this isn't like, if this isn't true, then that's not. And I'm like, but I really love yoga. So I'm really
that's all that matters to
connected to it right now.
That's all that matters. It's what you believe. This is your life, and not to make it about you or the universe, but going back to if numerology is nothing to you, then it's nothing to you.
Yeah,
however,
true.
hello, you just proved that it was.
What did I?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you said that when you lived in a number 4, you weren't as free-flowing, artistic, and
creative.
Yeah.
I wanted to be and I just wasn't. But that
it does stifle you. The number 4 does stifle you. I don't know. I mean, look, if there's listeners out there that have had different experiences, all the same experiences, let us know. As always, we actually really, really want to know from our community what is happening out there and how
All 4 of you, we want to hear from you right now.
and how you're responding to the things that we discuss.
Or 5, because 5's a better number.
5's
or
a
7.
lovely
if
number.
there are 7 of you out there, even better. Like and subscribe, but not if it's going to end on a 4.
Oh gosh.
Put 2 likes just to get over the number. Thanks for listening to this episode.
Yeah, we appreciate you coming back.
We went, but it was
Where
good.
did we go?
I went.
Did you?
Yeah, I found my long lost brother. So thanks for watching. I hope you got something from it. We did. I always do.
Yeah. But thanks, Ven, for taking us there today.
I didn't know I was going, but you're welcome.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye for now. Look out for the music. It's coming. It's coming.
She believes in numbers.
The number gods. Brother. Brother, I found you. Hiding in a yoga studio with your attitude.
So, you know how you were talking about cruel things that, like, you know, siblings do?
Mm.
Have I told you the story about when my sister and brother decided to fake his death? And so he was lying.
Oh my God.
Still on the floor. Like, I loved
Trauma.
my older sibling. You know, I was the youngest, so I looked up to them. And he was lying, my sister over him. I come in the room and she's like, he's dead. And it was the most devastating thing. You know, I had my
This
my
is not even funny.
No, my grandfather and my
freaking
father.
traumatic. Those
loved-
feelings for you were real.
Real.
Like-
And my brother was lying still. And because when you said brother, because this is what made them. Okay, so I was over and I was crying.
Yeah,
and
I
they
can
let me,
imagine.
and I was like, no. And I was crying. And then I started saying, he was my brother. I was doing this. It's going to make me cry now.
I'm traumatized.
But when I was
This is horrible.
But when I was doing that, when I was like, yeah, he was my brother, they cracked up laughing. They thought it was so funny, but that was like, I was like praying to the God, like, why did you take him? He was my brother. He was mine. Why did you take him? Anyway, and they cracked up laughing, and it was a joke.
That's horrific.
It was.
No. Like, my heart is broken.
I know. So anyway.
Let's write a song.
He was my brother.
Oh my God. And then we'd walk into a yoga studio and then you'd find your brother. I'd find my brother.
Brother.
The musical.
Finding brother.
Oh my God. We're going to have to cut some of this out. This is so bad. This is
It's
so
always
fucking
bad.
strange.
Brother.
Fratello! Fratello mio!
Oh, my chest is hurting. Oh my God.
Ma frate.
Afra.
Mio frate. Okay.
Okay.
Tick. Done. It's a wrap.